Hey guys, Phil Kuhn here, and unlike normal, it's not 3 questions with Pastor Carney. It is 3 questions for me, Phil Kuhn. Heather Brannick, Pastor Carney got together a few days ago, answered these questions, and are asking these questions for me. I have no idea what's coming, so let's get to it.
Hello there, it's time for 3 questions with Pastor Carney. Because we're going to change things up.
Yeah.
Are we not?
We are.
Oh, man, as you can see, Phil is not here. He couldn't be here with us today. So we are turning the tables. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, I couldn't be here, so Heather, Phil, and Billy answered the questions as if they were me. And I don't want to say anything, but Billy did win that contest. But now we're turning the tables.
That's right.
And we're all going to act as if we are Phil Kuhn.
All right.
So we have 3 questions for Phil, and we're going to answer them, and then he can see how we did and see who gets the most points.
I'm excited.
If Phil gives out points, we'll see.
Oh, he has to.
He has to give out points. So
I'll give out points. We'll see how many. Also, Pastor's shirt, awesome.
So what do you say? Let's get going.
Let's go.
We all have questions, and Pastor Carney has answers. We all want to know what he thinks. There's important information to know. What are his thoughts? How did he get here? What's his favorite golf ball? It's time for 3 questions with Pastor Carney.
My favorite time of the day. I think evening. I love a good sunset. I absolutely love it when just see the sunset drop down behind our house. My favorite time to go out on the lake is the evening. I like that kind of settling down time. I like watching movies and shows and stuff like that. So I'd say the evening is my favorite time of the day.
Okay, first question. It's a short, simple one. Very hard answer, I believe.
Oh.
What is Phil's favorite time of day?
Well, I know what time of day it's not, because I don't see him when I go to the office. So I know it's not that time of the day.
Pastor, no one's favorite time of the day is 3 a.m. Just to be clear.
You have an answer yet?
A possible answer.
I have a possible answer. I have 2 answers.
I do too.
Funny, so do I.
Can we give 2 answers?
I'm gonna go with 1 or 2, and then say maybe likely.
Okay. So we're gonna go with 2 answers then.
right.
Who wants to go first?
You go first.
I go first?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say I have 2 answers.
Okay.
One answer that I have, his favorite time of the day, I am going to say is in the evening.
Okay. That's one I was going to pick.
Is in the evening when they're either sitting around as a family doing devotions, just talking, playing games with the kids before bedtime, or it's that time right before bedtime when they can be a family and knock out the outside world and just be a family. And as I said before, the girls go to bed type of thing. So that's the one time. The other time I think might be his favorite time of the day is dinner time.
Oh.
Because Phil, but I know Phil is a family man. If anything,
Yes, he is.
Okay, so you're going that way. All right.
Phil is a family man. And I think it's a big deal for Phil to have dinner, A, together as a family.
Yes.
And B, at the dining room table.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to say those are 2 things. One, just before bedtime, when you be with the family, playing games, card games, whatever else. And secondly, mealtime, because family time is important to Phil. Family time is important to Phil.
Great job, Pastor. Yes, and then no. Melissa's the one who always wants to sit around the table. She wants to have dinner together. I do love my family, and I enjoy that family time together. But to be honest with you, I am actually one of those like sit out in the living room and eat kind of people. And I like to be around my family, but it's something that drives Melissa crazy, but that's actually not me. But you are right, I do love the family time. So good answer. I'll give you half a point.
Okay. So those are really good points.
Okay.
You have a point there.
All right. What are you going with?
I'm going to go with either morning time because I think that's when he likes to read the Bible and do like his own personal devotion before the day gets started. Or kind of evening time when they can all be out on the boat together.
Ah, okay. What? So it's
still family time,
Family
but it's
time
on
in
the
the evening.
boat.
Yeah, on the boat. On the boat.
In the evening.
Yeah.
So we're kind of on the same path there. Now Billy's going to have a completely different answer.
No, I have nothing different than the two of you.
Yeah.
I have the exact same answers.
Okay.
All right.
However, I think, as far as favorite time of the day, I would probably go with the family time, but I see his time alone reading scripture, preparing for the day as highly important as well. So I'm not really sure which one would be top, but maybe we're all wrong.
Yeah. I
let's see
know
what he
you
says.
say morning. I know that our definition.
Well, yeah, his definition of morning is different than
and my
yours.
definition of morning is two different definitions.
Your
definition of morning is different from everyone.
Yeah, okay, so good job, Billy, good job, Heather, because you did nail the fact that I do have my morning devotions. I go into my office, it's the first thing I do, and for about a half hour, it is one of my favorite times of the day. Heather nailed it with, again, summertime, the boating in the evening, stuff like that. Billy, you did a good job as well. So I think everybody kind of had two different things. So I'm gonna give everybody 1 point. Pastor, Heather, and Billy, y'all get 1 point for that question because you were right in some ways, wrong in others. Let's see what's next.
There is a heated discussion going on in Phil's household involving his daughters. What does he do? Does he A, steps in and settles the matter because he knows the best answer? B, he plays mediator and lets them come to their own solution? C, he does nothing, it's their problem? Or D, he lets Melissa handle it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I can see him doing I can see him doing 3 of the 4. Yeah, wow. Well, it depends.
I know.
It depends on the situation.
No, I think
Because there are some situations that I think Phil would say that Melissa is better equipped to handle and deal with. So I can see him doing C, depending on the situation. I don't think Phil would say, I'm out of here.
No.
But what were the first two, Billy?
The first one.
Oh, there they are, there on the
Yeah,
screen.
they're up on the
He steps in and settles the matter because he knows the answer. No, that's not Phil. He plays mediator and lets them come to their own solution. That I can see. He does nothing. No, he doesn't do C. He lets Melissa handle it. I'm going to go with B first and then D because depending on the situation, Melissa might be better equipped to handle it. And so he might say, Melissa, can you handle this one, honey? But I'm going to go with B. He plays mediator and lets them come to their own solution. And if I can put ... and if they can't, then he'll step in. Because I think Phil is very good at mediation and listening to people's hearts and concerns and then let them work it out. And when and if they need help, then say, if I may offer a suggestion. So I'm going to go with B ... unless they can't,
Pastor, I love it. You're too kind to me. You're right in some ways. It really does depend on the situation. So you nailed it there, Pastor, because if there is something where Melissa's downstairs with the girls and I can hear the little bickering back and forth, I'll probably let it go and let Melissa handle it since she's down there. If it continues to go on, and especially if I hear Melissa say, girls, and she tells them what to do or says, please stop or whatever, and they continue, then they're going to hear my voice raised a little bit. Because if you disrespect mom over and over, then I'm probably not going to come down and say, hey, girls, can you please listen to mom? You're probably going to get the girls, listen. Oof. Sorry if that brought back feelings for me from a kid. Woo. Anyways, so it really does depend. It also depends, I think, how big the situation is. If it's a big mistake that they've made, if they've done something really wrong, I actually will probably take a different approach than if it's just the bickering. The bickering is probably more of a, girls, cut it out now. If it's something big that they've done and it's a serious situation, that's where that more heartfelt conversation will come in. What's going on? Why are you feeling this way? Or Do you understand how this makes people feel when you say this or when you do this? And that's more of those heartfelt conversations. But if they're bickering, one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to just ignore it, and they're going to figure it out themselves. Or if they get disrespectful to each other or to Melissa, then that's where I step in, and I'm probably a little more stern than you might think I am in those situations. But very good answers.
Well,
Pastor,
having worked with Phil for a couple years, I would definitely lean heavily towards B. He's really good at understanding everyone's point of view, even if that's not his point of view, and helping others understand everybody's point of view, and then therefore diffusing situations. He's really good at that. So I would lean heavily towards B. And yeah, I do agree with you. If he feels like Melissa can step in and handle it better, he doesn't have a problem with saying, hey.
Melissa, this is yours.
I'm going to go with a combination of A and B.
A and B.
A and B.
Okay.
Now, while Phil is not the type of person to say, I know the right answer, I don't care what you say, we're doing this. He's not that type of person. Yeah. But I think in a lot of situations, he has the experience to know this is the right outcome. So I see him playing Solomon.
Okay.
And going, let's cut the baby in half. And set up a situation where the two girls actually come to the right decision, which is the one that he thinks on their own.
Yeah. I could see him doing that too.
Billy, you're spot on. Again, according to the situation. If it is a really big thing, then again, I have a little fun with the girls. And if they're going to be bickering or if they're going to be mad or whatever, there's so much crying and drama. There's absolutely times where I kind of put them to the test, or I do things to. Now, I wouldn't consider myself Solomon, thank you very much, but not even close. But yeah, I think you're probably pretty close when you say A and B, because I think, again, parenting, gosh, it could be A, B, C, or D, depending on the situation and the circumstances. But very, very good answer, Billy, because you're pretty spot on for how I do parent quite a bit. There's a lot of times where I will say or put them in a situation where it's almost a test to see kind of what they'll do. And then again, there's such a fine line between straight disrespect, which I cut down like that, and then whining or whatever that is just kind of more of a lesson opportunity. And then, like I said earlier, there's those really big things or those really tough conversations where those are the more heartfelt, what's going on, how you feeling, stuff like that. So again, guys, really good answers. I'm going to give you all one more point. So we'll see question 3, who's the differentiator?
I'm chuckling.
I know.
Because Billy said that sometimes Phil acts like Solomon the Wise, but I think he's lacking the hair when it comes to Solomon the Wise. Sorry, Phil. Love ya. But if you're going to be Solomon the Wise, you need longer hair, buddy. Anyway.
It's true.
Phil is in a heated softball game.
Okay.
Every Tuesday. No.
The game is tied, and he is currently on first base.
Ooh, okay.
Ball is hit, but it's a slow roller in the infield.
Okay.
As he's heading to second, the ball is poorly thrown and misses the player covering second and skids off into the outfield. What does he do now? Does he A, round second and quickly heads to third? Round second with no intention of stopping at third and attempts to make it home. Playing it safe, he rounds third, checks to see how well the errant throw was fielded. Or D, he holds up at second because it wouldn't be right to take advantage of someone's
No. Definitely not D, because Phil is very, very unlike D. He is competitive when it comes to softball field. On a softball field.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you with that. I wrote that just to get,
because as we know, and Phyllis said this himself, that Kyle is the one that would get the team or the brothers together and say, hey guys, what would Jesus do here? What would Jesus want? And Kyle is the one that calms Phil down.
Okay.
So definitely not D. For me, A, no, I wouldn't say A because he's too cautious of a player. He's team first, and A is more individualized. I would say not A because he's more of a team player. B, he rounds second with no intention of stopping at third. No, I would say not B. Again, I love your brother, but let's just say he's not as quick as his brother Tyler. So he would not be rounding third and go home.
Timeout. Tyler and I have raced recently. I still beat him in a sprint, going all the way around. No, I'm probably going to run out of breath early, but it really depends on if you're talking about 20-year-old Phil, 25-year-old Phil, or 34-year-old Phil. Big differences. Let's see what they have to say, but we'll get back to it.
Because again, I jokingly say that, but he's also a team player.
Yeah, he is.
And he's putting the team first. I'm going with C. He's playing it safe. He rounds third and he checks back to pick up his third base coach, or he checks the outfield and see where the ball is. So for those reasons, I'm going with C.
Yeah, I actually agree.
Yeah.
I
have no different answer. I don't see him just stopping at third.
No.
I see him trying to maybe make it home, but he's going to check first. He's going to look for the advice of his teammates and see what happened to the ball. So I think that this may be a point for all of us, because I think he may. I definitely think he's going to answer that.
Yep, good answers to all three of you. Again, it really depends on the age of Phil. If I was 25-year-old Phil, it would have been a big difference. I would have been going. Even if my third base coach was saying, hold up, I would have been going. And I used to be really fast, so I might have gotten home. We'll see. I don't know. But there was a lot of times, though, where I would not be a team player and I wouldn't listen to my coach. Sometimes I'd make it, sometimes I didn't. In church softball leagues, the throws, you made a good point, Billy, because the throws, there's so many errors. And so it is pretty easy to go from first to home if the outfielder doesn't have a good arm, if the outfielder or the catcher isn't going to be good enough to catch the ball from the outfield. So you guys were spot on. Current day Phil would round second, definitely be going to third without a doubt. If the ball's past me going into the outfield and I'm already going to second, I know that I'm going to be able to make it to third. As I go to third, I'm probably going to be listening for my teammates or for the third base coach to either say right here, which means stay, or go, and then I'm not even going to be thinking twice. If they say go and they send me, then that's not on me, and I'm going to be going home. And you guys were correct also. I think Pastor said it. I might turn third, and as I'm running home, see where the ball is coming in from, because if I know that the ball is going to be coming to the catcher and it's a good catcher and a good thrower in the field, I'll probably hold up about halfway and then go back. But if the ball goes past the catcher, then I'm going to continue going home. So you guys nailed it. Great job. So it's been 3 questions for Phil Kuhn. It was fun hanging out with you guys answering these questions. Hopefully you learned a little bit more about me this week. Next week, back to Pastor Carney. See you guys then.
So.
Nice.
Yeah. And if you guys have a free Tuesday evening, last I heard, I went to one of the games recently. Last I heard that they're still in first place. I think they're undefeated. And so if you have a free Tuesday evening open, they play over here in CCAC or CCAC, whatever.
CCAC.
Yeah. And check it out. Either 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock game, and go check them out. Phil plays, Kyle plays, and his 2 other brothers play, Stephen and Tyler plays. So all the Kuhn brothers are playing. So here's a plug for Phil's team. So go watch them win.
Woo.
Win. Woo-woo. So Phil, how did we do? Who gets the top prize of the bag of M&Ms? Anyway, this has been 3 questions by Billy Brinkerhoff, Heather Brownick, and myself, trying to see who is the better Phil Kuhn. We'll find out soon.
That's right.
Take care. God bless. Have a great week.